Okay, YouTube, today we're doing a carburetor on a yard machine 21-inch. It is a 550 series 140cc Briggs and Stratton motor. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is take the air filter off. Just clean air filter. Now we're going to take 8 millimeters. It's missing one of them. Or no, 8 millimeters and 7 millimeters. Somebody's been in it. It's gotten 7 millimeters taken out of there. But that's what we take out. Now we got those bolts out. This pulls straight off. No issues. Now we're going to take these 3 8 millimeters off here just so we can get to the linkages down in there easier. And then we're just going to lift this right up on off of there. That way we can just see this better. Now we're going to pull this straight out. Actually, we'll leave it in. Now we're going to pull this fuel line off and we're going to drain the tank. I use a clear water bottle to drain out the gas. That way I can see what's coming out of it. There's no water in it, but this gas is quite yellow. Usually it's more of a bluish clear color. So this is old bad gas. Now that we've got this all drained out, we're going to blow the gas tank out with the air hose just to make sure that all the bad gas is out and that there's no water or debris inside the tank. Now I've got all that done. I'm going to pull this straight out, just wiggle it back and forth. Comes out, then you give it a slight twist and comes right off of that. Now we're going to take these two 7 millimeters off. Alright, now that I've gotten those two 7 millimeters off, I'm just going to use a little flathead. You just pry on it a little bit until it pops the bowl off. Alright, now the bowl is off. I'm going to use the flathead. I'm going to pry right here and pop the float needle valve out. Just be gentle, don't break anything, and be careful not to lose the needle valve when it comes out. Now that I've got the float and the needle valve out, I'm going to take the screwdriver again, get between the black plastic and this white plastic here, and just gently pry again until this whole white thing pops out. Now this white thing is the orifice tube and the jet. Sorry, this phone's a little blurry. I got a new camera coming in. But it's the orifice tube and the jet. So we're going to clean this all out, especially paying attention to this. And then we're going to give this thing a good rinse out and make sure this is rinsed off good too. I use carburetor cleaner to do all that with a straw in it. I use this. This is brake cleaner and parts cleaner. Or I use gum out. Whatever one's on Amazon, I'll list so you can see it, and you can buy it on Amazon for it's like $6 a can or something. And it's being a little stubborn. It's not wanting to clear out. Oh, hold on. Let me clean this lens out. All right, still blurry. This camera sucks. It's being stubborn. It doesn't want to clear out. So I'm going to get a wire brush and just use one of the single wires to poke through it and then spray it through again. Alright, now that I've gotten everything cleaned out really well, I'm going to put this back in with the jet facing this orange rubber gasket and then press down firmly until it clicks. It takes 2 hands though. Now we're going to make sure I've cleaned this all off, just make sure there's no debris on it, and then we're going to stick it back into where it goes as well. Once you get it in position, it just pushes down with a click as well. Then you blow through this hole with it upside down. Oh look, see, it's not pushed all the way in, but there we go. Then you blow through this where the fuel inlet is. If any air escapes through there, you have to pull it back apart and clean it again because it's leaking. It shouldn't let anything through. If you lift it up, the float up and blow through it, it should go through no problem. That's off, that's on. Now after cleaning out the bowl, you're going to put it back on. It'll only go one way, like it fits on that way. If you try going the other way, it'll hit something and keep it from going down in. It'll only go one way. This one might go both ways. Oh yeah, so this one won't go that way, but the other way it goes in. Alright, now we're going to put these 7 millimeter bolts back in. Alright, just an extra freaking clue, the tip, guys. There's a little black plastic thing in there. If it ever falls out, you're going to make sure it goes back in there. That white orifice tube that holds the jet holds it in place. Also, this O-ring and this clip goes in the back side of the carburetor. So you put the O-ring in it first. Get it all the way in there nice and even. And then this clip will click right in on top. Now you hook up the throttle arm again. You just push it on and then slowly, gently twist it around and then push this on. Nice, firm, and tight. All the way in place. Now we're going to put the recoil cover back on. Now we're going to put this air filter assembly on, that or air tube right there in the back. You just got to line this up to it, and then with your other hand kind of push it onto the back of this. Alright, and now then you just line up, there's a little stud there. Wish this phone was a little clearer. Just line that up on each side. The carburetor needs to go back in there a little bit further, but you line that up both sides to get it lined up and then pushed in. Actually, before I put that on, so you grab it both sides like this with, you know, and you push it in and it clicks right in place. Let's get this fuel line back on before we put that on, that way it's not covering it. Now we've got that pushed in firmly in place. We're going to line that up, push it on with our fingers, and then line these areas up, you know, to where it slides right in place. Now we got this in place. We're going to start the 7mm, which are closer to the intake, and then we'll start the 8mm, not tightening any of them until we got them all started. So 7mm are on each side of this, 8mm go into the metal brackets that hold this. Now I've gotten all of them in, we're going to tighten them up and then tighten up all these ones. Now we put the air filter on, just making sure that it's clean. This one's spotless. This guy must have really kept good care of his lawnmower, except for the old bad gas he had in it. Then dump fresh gas in it, and that's it. Alright guys, so that's pretty much all you got to do to clean out a carburetor on one of these lawnmowers. Not really a big deal, pretty quick, easy. It's one of the easiest carburetors I've had to clean out. Any parts you need, like I'll put a whole new carburetor, air filter, anything like that that you would need for this, I'll put on in the description, so that you can pick them up. Okay, this guy's driving me nuts with this lawnmower. Alright, if this helped you in any way, shape, or form, please hit that subscribe button. Peace.